Welcome back, everyone. I'm Marcy, here with Marlo.
How you doing?
We are going to be discussing who is the greatest. And in our lives, we look around and you talk about who was the greatest athletes, who was the greatest actors, um, so on, greatest people you've known in your life. Who do you look up to in your life? But we tend to put people on pedestals. And I guess it was in our morning devotion this morning
Mm-hmm.
talking about this, and it really hit us that we needed to discuss this. And it covers Mark, and the thing clicked off on
Other
me
way.
again. And try it again.
While she's
There we
trying to
go.
find it, you're talking about the greatest, the greatest people in your life, or the greatest people you're around, people you look up to, and it's not just people. We're not discussing people per se.
Yeah. And that's the thing, when people say who was the greatest, we tend to go to that. Who was the greatest? Well, we're talking about an athlete, or what are we're looking at, different aspects of that. But they're in Mark 9:33 through 35. Um, 33, we'll skip to 35, says, sitting down, Jesus called the 12 and said, anyone who wants to be first must be the very last and the servant of all. And that's the thing, you can't put yourself first. And that's what I think that pertains to is,
Yeah.
He's sitting down and they all wanted to be great. They all thought that he was going to be some big ruler as far as ruling a country like a king.
Yeah. And you got to think that's what they were used to.
Yeah, and
People.
when he came in, as the Messiah, they didn't realize that his greatness went way beyond that. But, and that's what we need to look into is, and you said, let's see, great and glorious God, you have shown your greatness in the glory of creation. You have asked us to care for all creation, and most important of all, to care for each other. Give us the humility to follow your will without seeking the approval of others.
Yeah.
And that was the prayer with our devotion this morning by Frances Taylor.
Yeah.
She has some beautiful devotions and prayers.
Yes, she is.
But it really weighed on us that what do you think of when you think of the greatest? Most people, it's not God. That's not their go-to answer.
That's definitely not their first choice.
Yeah, I think it kind of depends on where you're at. You're sitting at the stadium, it's like, well, he is. Him, the one with the ball right now.
Yeah.
Or, oh no, this wasn't the greatest of all times,
Well, and since you talk about it, since we're talking about it in that way, when we take a step back and look at who is the greatest, well, our Creator is. He can do things that no one can do.
He has done.
I mean,
everything.
He has done things that no one can do. No one will be able to duplicate it. No one. People try to be God on earth, but they're not. They're not even close to it. I mean, God, He creates miracles in our lives. People who are weak, He make them strong. People who have no hope, He uplifts them. Give them confidence. He can take the strongest man and break his ego down. Break him down. To be just so kind and gentle. Been there.
Yeah, and he can sure break you down quick. What could you ask when you're looking for the greatest? But, he gave himself, really, in his son. Put him here in human form to take on our sins, the sins of the entire world. He had to withstand the torture to account for everyone's sin. And he did. I mean, they just hours and hours and hours of torture and beating and
read the story. There's some movies out there.
yeah, watch the Passions of the Christ.
Yeah.
It's a really good, movie that really tells so much about it. And I had seen it when it first came out, and it got to me then. But finding God again now,
being born again,
it hit me a lot different this time. I mean, I cried the first time. I think I practically bawled like a baby the second time. If you feel your heart just rip out of you, at you feel it all. You feel the shame. I literally felt the shame of he did this for us, for the things that we do. How we should feel ashamed of the things that we do, and but that he gave his life to save us from the things that we do.
Yeah. You talking about who's the greatest. One thing God does not do, he doesn't look at the outer of people. How you walk, how you talk, how you dress, what you look like. None of that stuff. Or is he educated or not, or anything.
Are those name brand shoes?
Yeah. He looks at the beauty of your heart. What's in your heart? The joy in your heart. Are you putting people first? Are you doing the right things? What's inside you? Now, only God can see that. Too many times, I'm pretty sure you've heard this through your life or whatnot. Man, if they only could see what's inside me. I'm trying my best to do this or to become this. But if they can only see my heart. If they gave me a chance to see what's inside my heart. Well, God knows what's inside your heart. He's given us that chance every day.
Sure is.
Every day. I mean, and that's only he can do that. So you look for your strength, you look for your courage, you look for love, you look for anything you need. God has it. He has it. And he's true to it. He doesn't lie to you. He doesn't look you in your face and just flat out lie to you. There's people out there that do that.
They say beauty's only skin deep, but that's a lie. Worldly beauty is, but true beauty goes way deeper than skin. That starts from within.
Yeah.
That true beauty of your heart and your soul, that so many people get wrapped up in that worldly beauty and they don't allow themselves to see past it. They're so worried about what others will think, what they believe to be beauty. They're more stuck on that worldly beauty.
That's what that is, that worldly.
And we've known lots of people, with friends that they were just so giving, so kind, but when it came to relationships, people just walk all over them, use them, when they just have a heart of gold, would do anything in the world for you. People don't have to, it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. God doesn't see that at all. If it did, I'd probably be up a creek. Oh, well, she looks rough today, I'm just not going to have anything to do with her. No, God doesn't care. God doesn't care if your hair's done, your makeup's done, you're dressed in name brand clothing. He don't care if you have a thing at all. It's all what's inside. And that's where you find your greatness, is on the inside. Because that's where God finds our greatness too. So, I think that's it for us. Let's wrap it up. We appreciate you guys joining us. We hope you'll like, share, subscribe to our channel. If you know anybody that would be interested, share it with them. We would love to have more and more listeners. Help us grow this so our word gets out to more people. We want to thank you guys for joining us. We have an email down below, a Facebook link down below in the description box. Click on those. We hope you guys have a wonderful day, and may God bless.